ever feel like this? Well, why feel like this when you can feel like this? Simply check out the products at www.redpillliving.com/snarky and snarkycbd.com. It's the #1 CBD brand, and it's natural, pure, organic CBD, full spectrum, no additives. It's my favorite CBD. And while you're at it, check out their hemp products. They have shampoo with hemp seed oil, hair and body products, and they also have topical relief and other products from pure, natural, all organic CBD. Why feel like this when you can feel like this? And heading over here to redpillliving.com/snarky, you can check out all of the products that are created by Patriot vendors. All of these people, My Daily Choice, snarkycbd.com, and redpillliving.com/snarky are Patriot vendors, and they are here to help you deep clean the deep state and get relief from all of the stresses and ailments that they have been causing us over our entire lifetime. So why feel like this when you can feel like this? Check it out at snarkycbd.com and www.redpillliving.com/snarky. Not only will you be deep cleaning the deep state, you'll be supporting Patriot vendors, and you will also be supporting this channel. snarkycbd.com and www.redpillliving.com/snarky. Well, happy Thursday, everyone. It's me, Deplorable McAllister, aka Linda Paris, and I'm here with my friend Sarge. And Sarge and I are going to talk about all this stuff that's happening now, because trust me when I tell you, things are going down. Things are going down. And speaking of going down, the Sarge has got a bunch of information. He's been on a pilgrimage to garner more information on exactly more what's going down. So how you doing, Sarge? And I know you got a lot of information to share with us. And yeah, welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome back. I just love being here talking to you, Linda. It's amazing what's going on. The Great Awakening is happening, and I'm just happy that I'm surrounded by people that are not falling for the basic narrative that's going around, and things are happening at I knew this was going to happen because it's been like lollygagging up until this point, but now we're going to start seeing things in real time of what's going on. It's nice to be here. It's nice to be here.
I think there are a lot of really significant things happening now. Yeah. And just like you've been reporting, there have been even more reports coming out of DC where the White House is boarded up, and things like that we talked about before. But I think really significant is the fact that the president is out there and he's on fire.
Yeah, a lot of people really got to go read the military law manual, especially the section about 11.3, where when the military takes over, they're going to keep in charge. They're going to do whatever they have to do to get rid of the threat to this country, and they could extend it indefinitely, really, if they feel like this threat hasn't been taken care of to the point where they could protect American lives. So when everybody's talking about this time and when is Trump coming back? Is he coming back? Is he gonna run? And listen, calm your horses. Trump is being eased back into the spotlight, and you can see by his rallies, he still got it. And he was giving comms in that rally too. He's saying like, did you see Nancy Pelosi? She had the biggest mask on.
Oh, Sarge, you read my mind, because I was looking at my notes and I was about to say, he really validates a lot of what we've been talking about.
Yeah, he basically said that Biden, is a disaster. and that he will be coming back, and we're gonna get it. He talked lengthily about the election floor. If nobody's seen that, if you haven't heard it, you need to go watch it. He was in Wellington, Ohio, and he was dropping bombs all over the place.
All
Like,
over the place. He said that he said, Biden's State of the Union. He goes, did anybody see that? He goes, it was weird.
Yeah, really.
And he
weird.
said everybody had on a mask. And he said Nancy had on 3 masks. And he said, did you see all the masks? And then he said something like they are fake, or something about them being fake. So,
he said, and we're taking back this country, he said, and it's going to happen soon.
Yep.
That's all I wanted to hear. Soon.
Well, another thing he said, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was finished, but because a lot of people out there say, well, we can get them back in 2022, and then you can get back and run in 2024. These people on YouTube and all these people that call themselves patriots are just going to say, okay, they can steal that last election. We'll get them next time. Yeah. Really, dudes? Come on.
Yeah. Like as if without the right to vote, we're going to get anything that we want.
Right. If they stole that one, which is right in front of the whole world. This is how stupid these people are. They stopped the election, stopped it in 5 states, the major states that could give them the win. All right. And Trump was ahead by 1 million or 2 votes. And then we are told in the next morning that Joe Biden won, and he got over 80 million votes. More than Barack Obama, more than Trump, more than anybody in history. Joe Biden, who never did, he couldn't what did he say at that rally? He said Joe Biden couldn't even fill 8 circles. And then when he got the people to fill the circles, it was the media.
Yeah. And also Sarge, he talked about Joe Biden having this weird State of the Union and all these masks and how these people are fake and everything. But later on in his speech, he also said the military is tearing down the old system, which I thought was a really big boom, because how can the military tear down the old system unless they're in charge?
Thank you. But those who have ears will hear that. Those who don't have the listening skills, or they've been dumbed down, they won't hear any of that. They'll just look at it and just move on, because a lot of these people that hate Trump never have heard any of his rallies, none of his speeches. I'm like, have you ever heard? Yeah, why do you hate Trump? Oh, I say, have you listened to the man? Well, no, I don't have to listen to him because he's an idiot. No, really?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Really, dude.
Well, that's where I pull out what I call my Judge Judyisms, and what Judge Judy used to say about people who thought they were smarter than her. She used to say, listen, on your smartest day, you're not as smart as I am on my dumbest day. So that's what I say to those people. She put them right in the spot.
Oh my God. Okay. This is why I love making videos, because you never know what's going to come out, either Linda or my mouth, because I'm unfiltered. I don't give a damn anymore.
We don't care anymore.
If you haven't woken up yet, shame on you. Goodbye. Have a nice life. Keep your slavery to yourself. I don't have no time for you. I'm kicking all the slavery off of my planet.
Yeah, and we're definitely, look, we're not slaves, okay? But we're definitely slaves to you dumb tarts. So get out of our faces and quit telling us what to do.
I'm telling you, man. Who are you people? Who raised you? I mean,
more dumb tarts.
Yeah, I don't know.
More dumb tarts.
You know what I'm saying? That crack epidemic in '80 really hurt us more than what I thought.
Sarge, my patience is thin, and I've run out of patience of trying to be nice to these people. They won't listen. They won't look at it. But here's it.
I was talking. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was talking to this guy. I was talking around this guy. I actually was talking to another guy, and the subject came up about the transgender agenda, that's teaching kids and all this stuff in the school, and he was like, well, they have a right to excuse me. They've always had this right. You know, who said that transgenders don't have any rights?
No,
I
but
mean,
you know what?
I seen a sign in the store that says, "We welcome transgender LGBTQF." I'm like, I'm offended by that sign.
Yeah, I am too, because they've always had the right to go any freaking place they wanted to. Nobody's ever, you people are not victims, okay? Quit wrapping yourself up in the victim blanket. I mean, this goes for women too, you know,
Yes,
feminazis.
professional victims. I see that happening. Yeah, I see that happening all over. They're black, white, they're Chinese, all they're just professional victims. Oh, they are offended by everything.
Well, because
We don't really care about what you do in your bedroom. We don't care if you want to. We're gonna look at you and say, okay, why is it that archaeologists, when they find ancient human remains, they only find male and female? We're gonna ask you that question. You better come back with a freaking good answer. We're gonna look at you like you idiots. All right, that's the way I look at it.
well, they are idiots. You know, I mean, anybody that thinks that there's more than two genders needs to go into a re-education camp or something like that. But Sarge, I wanted to bring this up with you too. Did you listen to anything that Jim Jordan said at that rally?
No, I only tuned in on Trump because
well, if you get a chance, and that goes to you and to anybody out there, Jim Jordan really brought up the space race, and he brought up how come it all stopped.
What?
Which I thought was a big step towards I believe we are in the middle of disclosure. And at the end of this video, we're going to show some videos of some things that are coming out. And people, I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff is going to turn out to be real. I believe we are in the middle of disclosure. And we just don't know what the hell's going on this planet.
Yeah, it's not what we've been thinking, because what I'm hearing about the underwater submarine tunnels that runs from Florida all the way up to Canada. I mean, it's like amazing. And I found out that the Panama Canal was actually built to be like a way to have these submarines go underwater, and it goes down almost 40-50 miles. It's like unbelievable. They got things that's been on, you know, only 1% of our oceans has ever been explored. 1%. We don't know what's in the other 99%. So there could be a whole lot of stuff hiding in the oceans, and we don't know, like where all these Bermuda triangles at, devil triangles. They got one over by Florida, right? And then they got another one. What is it called in outside of China?
It's called the Dragon's Triangle.
Oh, that dragon. Oh, what is the dragon?
Well, you know, Sarge, you're right about all this, because I did a video a long time ago. And again, I'm constantly trying to expand my thinking, expand my mind.
You did a video about everything.
But you know, as well as I do, that a lot of these things that they're calling leprechauns and fairies and stuff like that, now we have to go back and look at what is it really, you know. And I did one on underwater monsters and sea creatures and stuff.
What?
And you would not believe all the sightings I found in old newspapers from the 1700s, the 1600s, of all kinds of creatures out there that were reported, but you never hear about that. You won't read about it in history books. You have to find out yourself about this stuff.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So yeah. So back to Trump. He's gonna be easing himself back into the spotlight. And I think this is all planned by the alliance to get him back into the national I don't think he really ever left, but for Trump, he's been like under wraps for the last couple of months since January. You know, he's been keeping it on the low, you know, on the down low, as we say in the hood, you know. So yeah, they're gonna be easing. It's called what I hearing Operation Revival, and it's to basically quell the dissension, because these crooks, they're not going to give up that easy. Yeah. So when they announced that Trump could be coming back, the possibility, you know what they're going to do. What they're going to do, Linda, I'll give you 2 to 3 guesses, and if you get it, if you have to get up to 2, I'm going to be mad at you. Okay.
throw everything they can at him. They're going to try to make him look like the worst thing that ever happened. And
No.
I think
Yeah.
they aren't they threatening arrests or something like that.
Riots and arrests. Yeah, well, they arrested some Trump employee saying that he was using cars unlawfully or whatever. Some, little bullshit like that. They're gonna try. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys out there that's supporting the deep state, you might as well make the deal because your game is up. The military has got everything on you. National Security Agency that's under the military intelligence agency has got everything on you. We know who stole the election. We know who's in on it. We're just dragging this out just to wake up the dummies out there that has basically not even seen none of this. Oh, what do you mean? Biden won. Biden won. Really? Really?
Biden, no, it goes like this, Sarge. The bumper sticker says, Biden won. Get over it. And if I ever see that bumper sticker again, I'm going to plant myself right next to the driver's side, and I'm not going to move until I get right in that person's face. No mask, no mask. And I say, no, we're not going to get over your election fraud with our enemies, okay?
Oh my God.
Talk about hopium. You hear that all the time, hopium, hopium. No, the only hopium out there is you idiots that are hoping that we're not going to arrest all of these people for international election fraud on a global scale with our enemies. So keep hoping. We're just going to, like you just said, Sarge, earlier you said, yeah, okay, well, he's going to run again at this time. Yeah, keep hoping that we're going to skim over it like that. We're not going to do that, okay?
That's right. They didn't expect us to fight back like we are. You know what I'm saying? Like what they're doing for the civilians in Arizona, and I heard other states like Georgia and Pennsylvania. Of course, they're gonna try to say it's all bullshit and the election this is the most secure election ever. Really, really? Then why are you fighting not to get it be shown? Why are you? If I robbed a bank, of course I'm not gonna want you to investigate me. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I have to say to that, Sarge? The most secure, like, oh, I want to see that. Yeah, show us how fabulously secure that. I want to know how you secured it. Share it with us. Show us the magnificent job you did protecting our election. You should be showing it off. It should be in the Museum of Elections. Why are you hiding it?
One fact that they can't hide. In the Library of Congress, it is known fact that since 2018, all right, there is 120 million registered voters. Maybe they added on another 5 million in the last election. So let's say 125, 130 million votes, registered voters. Now, out of registered voters, everybody doesn't vote. We all know that. You could be registered to vote and never vote. So let's give or take 120 million people voted. All right. How in the hell did Trump get 75 million and then Biden gets 80? Add that shit up, people. Add it up. What does it add to? That's over 150 million votes. So where are all these surprise votes coming from? Dead people or from illegal aliens? I don't care. It doesn't add up. So you tell this to anybody that's got a first grade education of how to add 1 + 1, you should be able to say, well, there's something wrong there. Yeah. So we're going to find out what it is. If you got nothing to hide, then be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Just say, don't you want to prove that your boy won? That
you should be showing off your amazing election results, that you got, all fair and square, and that you protected the election. And let's see that. I'd like to see that.
These people are so stupid. Oh no, you can't audit the vote. You can't do any of that. You're gonna cheat. Oh, like you did. So we can trying to find cheating, and you're gonna call us cheating. I heard this audit is being done immaculately. It's done like what they do at the casinos, where how they watch people at the casinos. They got cameras everywhere. You got a checkpoint. You got checkpoints here, checkpoints there. Everybody's wearing color coded. Nothing can be cheated on that floor. You know, and if you try to say that it is, you're a liar, and you know what you are. You're a crook. That's what you are.
And also you're being completely dishonest with yourself and with everyone else. And you're hoping that you get away with election fraud. Let me tell you something. If you're a Democrat that's out there right now and you're hoping you get away with election fraud, then you might as well live in communist China. You might as well just pack up your bags and go over there, because that's what you're wishing for. And by the way, not for nothing, the voting system is the same system that was used in Venezuela, 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 Venezuela. Hear it echoing out? It's huge. And people should not be tolerating any of this crap. This system is linked to the system in Venezuela where they stole the election, this communist enclave, you know, in South America. And we're going to sit here and not count every freaking vote. As a matter of fact, just with that one fact alone, the whole thing ought to be thrown out and we ought to do it again.
Well, that's what it, you know, the Constitution spells that out. You know, if fraud validates everything, and Trump and them know that, the alliance knows that. It doesn't take a million votes to disqualify an election. In a federal election, it could be as small as 1 or 2 votes if you really want to get technical, you know. But they're going to find hundreds of thousands of votes that's going to be stolen in Arizona. Then you're going to go to Georgia, it's going to be the same thing. In all these states, they should audit all 50 states, you know what I'm saying? And I bet you that they would have a total new what you call it for America right now, because I think California went red. No, I know California went red because that's what the military is telling me. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of states that went blue didn't go blue because of people voting. It's because they cheated. Yeah. You know, just like they cheated for Barack Obama in 2012. I don't think they cheated that much in 2008 because he was the first black guy to run for president that basically was viable. So I think that maybe that was a little bit more legitimate. But 2012, you know, they stole it because he was a disaster from 2008 to 2012. So.
Well, I don't actually think he won, but you know what? They pitted him against the pathetic, disgusting Romney. So, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if he actually won. It probably was a close call.
What was the second one? Wasn't that No Name
McStain? Yeah. The name. I made the mistake of trying to say his name the other day, and Brennan came out of my mouth because they remind me of each other in a way. But
I hope Brennan is having fun fighting them demons down in hell wherever he went to, because he's gone. I heard the military tribunals is on and popping. I just can't wait till that come out. You know what I'm saying? Or all this stuff that's coming out with Brennan. I heard that Barr was arrested on May 25th. Okay. Barr, and everybody was like, "What? Why Barr? Barr he was a good support." No, he wasn't. He didn't do anything. He did a little window dressing, you know what I'm saying, but he didn't do anything to look into the Hillary Clinton emails or even when the voting fraud came out. He's going to say, "Yeah, no, there's nothing to look here. President Trump is crazy. This was a great election. Joe Biden is the president." Yeah, really. You got to know that Barr was in on it in 9/11. He was all part of that group with the guy that just died. He just died 2 days ago, yesterday, Rumsfeld.
Rumsfeld, yeah.
Yeah, he died. I'm pretty sure that that rope.
They probably.
Because I don't think he died of natural causes. That's all I'm saying.
You know? And Rumsfeld, did more than that.
Yeah, he did a lot more than that. Trillions of dollars missing. Trillions of dollars missing.
Yeah.
They hit the building with the fake planes, and then the next day nobody remembers that. He said 2 trillion. I heard reports that it was up to 20 trillion.
I heard that too.
Yes, and they got the gold from all under the freaking
World Trade Center. These people are nothing but crooks.
Yeah.
They're crooks. All right. Until we start and wake up and say that we elected and we put people in power that were crooks and our government has been infiltrated, we'll have one of the most corrupt governments on the planet. All right. The main thing that I want to say, the human trafficking part, they were all in on that. They were all in on it. Washington, I call it the United States of DC, because the United States of America is not in power. They replaced that with the United States of DC with the Act of 1871. It really kills me that people can't understand that they created another separate government called the United States of District of Columbia, and they've been running our country ever since. And it's been owned by the bankers and the Queen and other countries.
And guess what? It's just like the president said, they take our guts, they bleed us dry. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what they're doing. And I just want to interject right here, because we're going to take this, folks. We don't stay on planet Earth anymore when we talk about politics. It's all going underground, in the sea, out in space, everywhere we can. But, the whole adrenochrome harvesting thing that we've been talking. I talked to shout out to Gene Decode from me and from Sarge. I talked to our good friend Gene at Decode, and we were talking about this border thing and how there are craft going over these crowds and scanning the crowds.
Wow.
For DNA and stuff. Wow. And they're abducting them because they are undocumented.
Wow.
It's like a perfect harvesting ground for adrenochrome harvesting.
So they're getting so bold now that they will go out and they can't wait till they get, because they can't really. I heard that the border has been closed for the last week since Trump announced that he was going down there. All right. Something's going down there. It's not, I mean, the traffic has slowed down to a trickle. Before it was like thousands of people a day. These people are doing this in broad daylight and just doing it, Linda. I mean, they're thirsty. That means their supply of human beings, this is sick to say, but their supply of human beings has been cut off.
Well, Sarge, this is why I say that the fake news is the worst of the worst of the worst, because they can do it anyway in broad daylight. As long as nobody reports it, it's like it didn't happen.
Yeah, well, they own the fake news, so of course they're not going to report it. Exactly. Why am I going to report something on myself? Okay.
So somebody calls from somewhere in South America and says they saw a craft hanging over the line. What difference is it in zapping people up and stuff? Well, what do you think is going to happen? That's not going to be on the news.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. Yeah, and I'm finding out, and that's why I want to talk to Gene about these submarine waterways that it wasn't even built by modern humans. These water tunnels exist underneath the ground. Now we got reports coming from MIT and Harvard that they found an ocean in between the earth that's bigger than all the oceans with fresh water, that's bigger than all the oceans combined. I'm like, what? We never knew nothing about this. Now all of this stuff is trickling out. The Great Awakening is happening. They're closing down all these tunnels. That building that was blown up in freaking Miami had something to do with the underground tunnels there. Yeah. So everything is, you got election fraud, you got China, you got Biden, you got the Congress, you got the media getting wrecked, you got Epstein, Ghislaine, and now McAfee, right? And then the guy that testified and charged Julian Assange has recanted his freaking testimony. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's all going backwards now. It's going back towards us.
What did he say? Future proves past.
Future proves past, because a lot of the stuff, even the hunter becomes the hunted. And
listen, the biggest one is how these doctors are coming out and going against these vaccines.
Yeah,
they're going against these vaccines. They're suing the CDC. They're suing the WHO. They're suing all the medical, the NIH for a virus because they said they wanted a sample of the COVID-19 virus. They sued them to get they never sent it because guess what? COVID-19 was never scientifically proven by the couch postulates.
Yeah, they never. Yeah,
they never isolated.
Yeah,
they never isolated. So if a virus hasn't been isolated, guess what, people? There is no virus. They've been using flu. They've been using tuberculosis. They've been using all respiratory diseases and naming it COVID just to scare the shit out of you people to get to what? To get y'all to take that vaccine. All right. And I don't know how dumb you can be. But
well, how dumb are they? That this goes to our show, Sarge. We're gonna actually, when this is over with the Sarge and I, well, when it starts to be over with, well, it'll never be over with these dopes. But we're going to start a betting pool. It's going to be like an online thing, and you guys are welcome to come and enjoy. I think it could be really profitable, and it's going to be called How Dumb Are They? And every time something happens, we'll be taking bets on, will they wake up now? You know, is this going to be the thing? You know, 7-foot reptilians photographed on the White House lawn. Will they wake up now? You know, and you could bet on it and everything, and we'll get some income out of these dopes.
Oh my God, this is so spontaneous. I love it. Yeah, we do not script anything, people. We do not script anything. This is just.
No, I'm sorry, Sarge.
I'm an instigator. Y'all know I try to get her to get to that point where she's really pissed off. You know?
Well, I was going to apologize. I'm a little on edge today, and.
Yeah. I had to be an advocate. I had to be Truman's lawyer because she was really pissed at Truman today.
I was mad at Truman because he had a urinary accident on my best bedspread, and it's been a nightmare, a recurring nightmare that this might happen for years now that I've had this bedspread. But yesterday, or this morning rather, it all came to fruition, and I completely lost my temper. And that's kind of the end of that. The Sarge represented Truman in court. Truman's in prison now. I forgot to mention that part.
Be paroled, though. I did get him out on parole.
Yeah, he's in the executive.
Conditional release. He's on conditional release status right now. You know?
He's in the same cell that Al Capone was in. He's got all the luxuries. Don't worry about him.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
But my bedspread is another story. So
don't mess with a woman's bedspread. Yeah.
So yeah, all this stuff is happening at once, Sarge, and we're getting disclosure.
Right.
We're getting clues from the president that the military is in control, such as the military is tearing down the old system.
That's what's got to happen, man. We got to start from scratch. We got to go back to our republic. You know, everybody keeps calling this a democracy. We've never been a democracy. Democracy is of them.
Hold on, Sarge. You keep talking. I'm going to go answer the door, okay?
Okay. I don't know what I'm going to say to myself, but they're being surrounded by light. I think that's what was happening. They're being surrounded by the light of truth. And there never was a virus, but them. And I have a right to think. So I'm thinking they are the virus. They are the virus of this planet. They're the cancers of this planet. And our job is to expose them and make them run and get them out of our everything. They're in everything. They infiltrated everything from government to religions, to science, to media, everything. They're trying to poison us. And when we find out that we've been fighting against a different type of species, maybe, you know, we're gonna all be upset because all the wars that started by these people, it's been done on purpose.
And Sarge,
yeah.
I'm back. I had to step out for a minute. There was a knock at my door. So anyway, yeah, exactly. And all these wars, and Gene Decode talked about this, and also the super soldiers talk about these spacecraft that are cloaked, and they're hanging over these war areas and these war zones, and these creatures are
feeding them,
harvesting.
they're harvesting and feeding. I mean, and kidnapping. And we, just like Gene said, you don't know how many people died in World War II or
Yeah,
World War One or any war. You don't know. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
they're making
The
it
media,
up.
the media can feed you anything. Oh, well, 100 people died today. It could be 10,000. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, and
And
it's
you'll never hear from the people that witnessed anything or anything like that, because it'll be just like they don't exist. If the media doesn't show it, it doesn't exist. And look at it this way, how powerful these idiots are, these assholes, excuse my language, but I am kind of fired up today, that are the media, the biggest traitors of them all. Look at them calling us racist and calling President Trump racist. How many years has it been? How dumb are they? When are they going to go and watch a Trump rally? That's the hold that this media has over some of these people that are just weak-minded, intellectually lazy people, that all these years later, now they still haven't bothered to listen to what he's saying or to look at the people who support him and back off of that you're a racist Nazi rhetoric.
that is so childish, man. We are a species. We're not even a race. We are a species of humans. You know, so to divide us by color and call us racist is so stupid. You know, I don't even, when the people use that term, I just look at them like, wow, I just got to get away from you. Yeah, because you're still thinking on that 2D level. You know, we're trying to get to 5D and you still hanging around in 2D. I
Yeah,
don't,
in the
you know.
2D lounge. Yeah, when are you ever going to come out of the lounge? There's a bar in there or something they like.
Keep them drunk and keep them high. Yeah, that, yeah, you might not be far off from that, Linda. You might be more. In that lounge is a whole lot of things to keep you stupid. All right, you know what I'm saying? So, oh my God, I'm just throwing my hands up. My job is to help with this great awakening, and that's what I'm gonna do. If you want to say and you want to keep your slavery, go ahead. Yeah, that's free will. You have free will to be a slave. Me, I'm never going to be nobody's slave. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's from the president on down. I'm never going to be anybody's slave. I wasn't created to be a slave. And everybody should take that freaking source never made any slaves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to take that with me and just move on. Matter of fact, keep your slavery to yourself. Keep it over there. Leave me alone. Don't come between me and my freedom, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, and if I was going to be a slave, I wouldn't be a slave to some dumb
Dumbass.
tard, demtard, libtard, okay? Yeah, these
Crazy
people,
man.
I'm not going to be easy on them. I'm not. We're past that threshold. To me, some of them at least are being willfully ignorant. They know it's wrong, but they're just standing by it anyway because they want to, quote, win. Well, how does anybody win when an election is stolen? That's the thing.
True.
And
Okay.
so,
Back
yeah,
to
so
the.
Sarge has got a bunch of stuff. I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry, Sarge.
No, you're not cutting me off. This is what we do. On the good side of things, it seems like the quantum financial system is being implemented in other countries first. You know, I think they're gonna save us for one of the last countries, the big countries like America, Russia, and England. I think they're gonna save that for last because in El Salvador, Congress has passed a law that will delete all their citizens' credit history and force 5 million people going back to zero. That's what I call a reset.
Yeah.
Okay, and also it's not only in El Salvador, it's in Iraq, Mexico, Portugal, all been confirmed that they're going to be doing the same thing. So that is great news. And
Yeah, that's
in
going
India,
to shut a lot of people up too.
yeah. In India, I don't know what's happening there, but listen to this.
They said between July, the first 15th of starting to when is July? Today. Okay. Starting today, the banks are going to be closed for 15 days. All right. Why is that?
Yeah.
It comes on their news channel, the India.com, breaking news, bank holiday alert, banks to remain closed for 15 days in July. If you have important bank related work in July, you must note that banking operations will remain closed for a total of 15 days. Something's going on. Something's going on. I think the reset, because they got to transfer everything from the fake money, from all the fake financial systems and central banks that they've been set up by these reptiles. All right, they got to transfer over to the quantum system, and I don't know what they're going to be using as. I think it's just going to be plain gold that they're going to use as a universal monetary. What you call it?
Well, you know, back
It's
to
going to be gold. I know it's going to be gold and silver, and something else I heard. It's not going to be digital money backed by nothing, but it's going to be digital money backed by gold and the resources of that country. And from what I'm hearing, all the stuff that they confiscated from the central banks already will cover every country on the planet. It's enough to basically reset all of humanity and get it back to where you ain't gonna have people starving in these poor countries, these what we call third and second world countries and fourth world countries. They're gonna be lifted up first. I think that's what's needed anyway. If you're gonna reset the planet, you will start where the people need it the most. Am I right?
Well, and Sarge, you're talking about banks. You're talking about banks in other countries, and you're talking about the banking system. So that's not a coincidence that these creatures that's where they come from. That's who they are. They are the banking system. They are the 13 families, the banking families. So it's no coincidence that all of this stuff is now happening to the banks, which is at the core of
I've been saying this for the last 25 years. America don't even know. 90% of Americans don't know that the central bank and Federal Reserve in our country is not owned by us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's owned by private bankers in other countries also. All right. So why would we have someone taking care of our money when we're supposed to be the richest, most freest, and the most innovative country on the planet? We don't have the sense to take care of our own money. If we took care of our own money, there would be no taxes. That's how they got us with this tax bull crap and everything. Our money would be used for things for our country, like infrastructure, whatever, paying the people that volunteer to work for us. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be it. And we could use whatever. We could treat our country like a corporation, is what I'm trying to say, and make money that way. And that's what it's supposed to be. But you got these central bankers come in and they take care. They hijack our money system and they put in their system of thievery.
Yeah.
And steal all our gold and silver and all our resources. You got other countries buying up land from our American government. That's treason to me.
Well,
you got China buying up straw of land. You got Russia. You got all these countries buying up swaps of land from our government. How is that even possible? We can't go to China and buy land.
Sarge, what as you're talking, and I'm realizing they're inverting it. It's that inversion. They've completely inverted the entire system, because now we're beholden to them when they work for us. So they've flipped it on its ear. And also, it's so hilarious in a lot of ways, because once you notice this inversion that they do, that these reptilian beings, they have to invert everything. I got something in the bank, and I have a small Chase account that I really don't want to have it, but it's just I had to have one here when I moved here. And they send me things, and they have this new thing that's coming out. It's called Freedom, Chase Freedom. And that's what I'm talking about. They're completely inverting what they're doing. Anything having to do with Chase, has nothing to do with freedom. It has to do with your slavery. You are becoming more of a slave if you buy that argument. Freedom, my ass. You're just signing up for the slave program. So it's no coincidence that these banks are going down, like you say, are not going down, but there's something happening, like what you said.
Yeah, I'm hearing that the Federal Reserve was taken over by the Treasury under Trump. This was back in July in 2018, and it was all taken out in London. The central bank there is down. I didn't even know that the what they call it, what is the government building there? The government
Parliament, like,
Yeah, Parliament has been shut down, just like Washington in England. Nobody's in the building. It's just like Washington D.C. And these are all the central hubs of the central banking system, the International Monetary Fund. They are all set up in these big countries, like in Germany and in England. The Rothschild sent his sons out to the five countries when he created his banking system. He sent his 5 sons to 5 different countries and set up central banks in all of them. And that's how they got to be as powerful. And I think that they were all part of this reptilian group that knew how to use what they call magic on us humans.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not magic, it's crime, it's criminals. It's that we are being fed stupidity. Like, you could read the Act of 1871. The first paragraph says, Congress is creating a separate government for the District of Columbia. That's the first words. And people say, well, no, they didn't create another government. They called it the United States. And it's a United States Inc. It's a corporation that they created. Okay. And they're fooling you on everything they send out. Are you a United States citizen? You check it, yes. You thinking you checking it, hey, I'm an American, I'm a United. You're not. You're basically joining by consent to be a part of their system. They're citizens. We're not citizens. We're sovereigns. We're free human beings.
And if you substitute the word slave for citizen, you're literally signing your own slave contract there.
That's right. And a citizen don't have human rights. A citizen has privileges, saying, which can be removed at any point. That's how they've been using it. And these people in Washington know the truth. That's how they can go up there and pass anything they want, or they can set up funds where they can siphon off our freaking energy and our money and send it over as foreign aid and all this other stuff that they've been doing. They've been robbing us blind for 200 years.
And as Sarge, you can actually watch them do it in the fake news, like with the QAnon stuff, where they say that they do it with words like citizen, and they change the meanings of words and do it with words like they're doing with QAnon right now, saying, QAnon's violent again, and they're using all these inflammatory words that that paint a picture that they want, and that's what they call that magic. It's really lying. That's what it really is.
The one that really kills me is when they always saying, and I hear even Republicans, and no matter who they are, they saying our democracy. This country was not built to be a democracy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was built on the freedom of people that came here running from democracies and tyrants. Okay, because if you rule by the mob, it's just like you rule by another slave master. You know what I'm saying? A republic,
it's a different type of slavery too.
Yes, where they can vote away your human rights. If there's enough of them, and but with the way they steal stuff, the voting, they could just say, hey, everybody wants to get rid of your guns. We voted for it. And then everybody has to get rid of your guns. No, as a republic, you still have your human rights. You are looked at as an individual, and you can contract or not contract with anyone you want. Even the government, I don't care what, if they're coming against and taking away my human rights to protect myself or to speak or to travel, hey, I'm not going to be a part of that. That's not that's why it's a republic instead of a democracy. And you cannot in a democracy vote anybody's human rights away. I don't care if there's a billion of you against me. You cannot vote my human rights away.
All right,
No,
that's
but
what the
if Democrats want to, they can pass a law where they don't get to have guns because they seem to be all the shooters are Democrat. And if they worry about that much, well, they can give up their guns. I won't argue with that one.
Yeah, how's that working out in those cities that's got the highest crime rates? You know what I'm saying? They got the highest gun laws, you know what I'm saying? The most strictest gun laws in Chicago and New York and all these cities. But it's got the highest amount of killings. That doesn't make sense.
Well, it only makes sense when you consider that this is just more of the media not talking about that. They don't talk about that. They sweep that under the rug because they don't want you to know about that. They just want you to focus on getting rid of the guns, you know?
Yeah, like a gun did anything. I could leave a gun on the table for 1,000,000 years. It wouldn't get up and shoot nobody. We got to get back to individual responsibility, the responsibility of the individual. You never hear any politicians even talk about individual freedoms no more. Yeah, they all talking about this group shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not part of any group. I'm an American who just happens to be dark colored. Okay. I call myself an American. I don't call myself a part of no African American. I'm not none of that. I'm an American. I'm a human who calls himself an American, and that's it. Anything else outside of that, you can kiss my, you know what? I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm not a part of no minority. I'm a part of the majority of humans. Okay. That's what I am. You know what I'm saying? So they try to divide us up in little groups because that's the only way. My friend was telling me this the other day. He says the Democrat Party can only win because of these fringe groups. They all gather together and everybody's got some type of beef and they all got to put it on us like it's on us with the racism or with something else, other type of humanitarian.
Professional victims.
Professional victims, yes.
Because look, everybody can point their finger and be a victim if they want to. It's so easy. People are so malleable. Hillary Clinton even said that about Democrats, that they were easily controlled and easily manipulated because they were stupid.
And they read that in the WikiLeaks and said, "Oh, that's okay. That's what she has to do. I'm going to vote for. I'm with her."
Oh well, we don't even want to get into all that.
You got to do it for me. When one of the most famous rants you ever did was when you found out that the guy that shot up the gay club,
Omar Mateen, his father
was in the crowd.
And he's standing out in front. I love Hillary Clinton. I love Hillary Clinton. She's my candidate. And these gay people vote. They don't ask any questions. And there he is sitting in a place of honor at one of her rallies where she's saying things like, "I'm going to raise your taxes." And they all clap like dumb sheep. It's unbelievable. It's really, it would be funny if it wasn't for the fact that these people scare me now. I am scared of each and every one of them. And, don't dare, they're liberal, but don't dare disagree with them or they will turn into screeching, screaming, harpies, shrews, banshees. They will suddenly, the word pussy is the worst thing that anybody ever said. And to prove that, they're going to write "fuck Trump" all over their kids' t-shirt and go to a rally. It's all upside down. It's all inverted because of these people. And look at the banks. The banks are just a perfect example of freedom. Yeah, sign up for Chase Freedom.
Yeah, okay.
How much nonsense does there have to be in the world before people open up their eyes and realize there's something going on, Sarge? It just really blows my mind. It's gone on way longer than I thought it would.
Well, we just got to have patience that the military is going to do their due diligence. And if we are in that crowd that, I don't want to get into that crowd because I know for a fact that the military is in charge. I'm 100,000% confident that they're not going to let the theft, the greatest, what does Trump say at his rally about 100 times? He says the greatest crime of the century.
Yeah.
Get away. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen.